What's up guys, it's Reece from Up North Fishing TV, and today I'm going to be doing a video on my top 5 favorite pike fishing lures. These are my favorite lures for targeting pike of any size, so stay tuned.
Got a nice northern here. Right, here, back up a little bit. Wow. So there we go. Hopefully we can get some more of these.
This just hit Cullen. The first thing I got was these Storms Wild Eye Pro Curl Tails.
Hey YouTube, this is the end of the video here. Here's some perch we got.
Alright guys, so I'm back and I have number 5 on our countdown of my favorite pike fishing lures here. This is basically in general any weedless spoon. Now why I like weedless spoons. These spoons are great for when you're fishing in weed beds. So I really like the original Daredevil, right? But say I'm fishing in weeds and I've been getting caught up all day. I can switch over to a weedless spoon that I have and I can do a little bit better. Now they don't have as much action as a normal spoon, but them being weedless really makes up for that. So the two spoons I have here, this one's a Northland Live Forage weedless spoon. And I'm not exactly sure what color that's in, but it might be like I think it's like a bluegill. So you can see that spot there, so I think that's bluegill. And then this is a Johnson Silver Minnow weedless spoon. This one's in gold. And you can see the weed guard there and the weed guard here. Now I have two cons about both of these lures. So with the Northland lure, what I don't like is this big splotch of basically lead right here. That and how plasticky these weed guards are. Now, what I like in a spoon is when they can put the weight throughout the spoon and make it out of lead, so it's not, you don't have to put this there. The hook is put on a bit different, and the weed guard could be snapped off easily by a pike. Now, this is a really good lure, but probably a bit flimsy. Now with the silver minnow, what I don't like about this lure is the hooks on these come really dull. So like I'm feeling it right now, and I'm putting pressure on this hook, and it's not doing anything to my skin. I mean, it's a really dull hook, and these hooks are irreplaceable basically because it's made into the lure. So basically you're screwed into having a pretty dull lure on there, unless, I mean, I could have got unlucky with this, but that's just from experience. So we're going to head on to number 4. Now, number 4 on the countdown is a lure that I really like and holds up for a long time. This is the Blue Fox Super Vibrax Inline Spinner. Now, these get a little spendy, but it's honestly worth the price. These will last you a long time, and they make a lot of action and a lot of noise in the water. So the first thing I'd like to point out are these really good blades on here. Now these are big blades that make a lot of action in the water and show a lot of color. Now as you can see, I'm using like a fire tiger color on here, and that's probably my favorite color for pretty much pike in general, but especially on these Blue Fox lures. It's all made of really nice metal, and then under here it has this little, like, I don't even know what to call it, but like a gear thing, and it makes really good rattling noises when this lure moves in the water. So that's a really good thing, and it has since VMC and Blue Fox are both made by Rapala, it has really sharp, nice quality VMC hooks on it. So this is one of my favorite lures, number 4 in the countdown, and I hope you guys get a chance to try out this awesome lure sometime. So we're going to head on to number 3. Number 3 on our countdown is a really Really nice lure that's been out for a while now, and this is the Arbogast Hula Popper. Now here's a newer one, and here's an older one. And you can tell on the older one the skirt's like falling off, but that just shows you that this lure has been around for long enough that it's falling apart like this. I mean, these lures have been around for a while, and the reason for that is that they're so good, you know, they've never really gone out of style. What I'd like to point out for these lures is, sorry, the hooks are stuck. They have a really nice popper mouth on there. And what that's going to do for you, and it's going to make a lot of action in the water, and it's going to make a bunch of bubbles and ripples and basically attract in pike that are seeing this on top of the water. So it is a floating lure. It sits on top of the water. So what the fish are going to see is just this belly. So if you've ever wondered like why they put all this on it, it's basically so, you know, if the fish like bites onto it, it looks more realistic and feels a little bit more realistic for that split second. But the top of this lure doesn't really matter, although it looks absolutely sick. It's more the bottom here, and the bottom of these lures are actually really great. It has this nice glossy coat of paint or plastic on there, and then it's got this yellow little fade here, and those are on almost every frog too. So like as you can see, this is, you know, a frog style bait, so having that nice little yellow fade there, it just adds to the realisticness of this bait. We're going to move on to number 2. Number 2 is also a bait that's been around for a while, or lure. It's, you know, it's a really great lure, and the reason that it stays around as, you know, the same case with the Hula Popper is that it's just so nice that it's never gone out of style. So this is the original Daredevil spoon. Now, what I love about these Daredevil spoons is there's no extra weight, you know, in this spoon. Like I pointed out for the Northland Weedless Spoon, the weight is all balanced out throughout the spoon, and it makes for a really balanced feel to the bait. And this bait makes a lot of action in the water. It, you know, sputters a lot, and it's moving around, and it really flashes and it attracts in those pike. So if I had, you know, if I only had 2 spots to recommend a lure to you for pike, this would be number 2, like it is on our countdown, but it would be the Eppinger Daredevil original spoon. So this is it, guys. We're here. It's number 1 on the countdown, and this is a lure that you're probably very familiar with. This is a spinnerbait. Now, there are a lot of different brands of spinnerbaits, a lot of different guys that make them, but my favorite is a Terminator Spinnerbait. Now, there's not one here in this lot, but the last Terminator Spinnerbait I had, I was trying to skip it under a tree, and it got stuck on a branch, and it would not come off that branch. So I need to go pick up a couple more, but for now I do not have one. So I'm just showing you guys a couple different spinnerbaits I have. These are a couple different brands or styles. Here you have, so this is a double Colorado, and basically what that means is it's rounded instead of like a point to it on the blade, and double is there's 2 blades on it. This is a Strike King spinnerbait. This is a really nice spinnerbait. I like this one a lot. This one's a Booyah spinnerbait, and this one's a little bit smaller, but it gets the job done. It's got a single Colorado on there. This is a chartreuse type of color, and it's got that red eye, which I really like the red eyes, but it's not a huge deal. And then this is more in between. I don't know, I've heard the term before, but I don't remember what it's called. But this is almost in between Colorado and Willow Leaf. This is, I don't know the brand of this actually. I've had it for too long to remember, but this is just a white spinnerbait. This one works pretty well. gets the job done. But what I'd like to say about spinnerbaits is if you're in a lake or pond that has bass and pike, you can target both with this bait. It's a really, really versatile bait. You can get it in a lot of different sizes. It runs at different depths. You can get different, quality spinnerbaits. This one's a lower quality spinnerbait, although it works, pretty well still. Terminator spinnerbaits are kind of on the spendier side. They're like $10 sometimes, but I like them a lot. They work pretty well. Actually, they don't even work pretty well. They work really well. They're made of tungsten, and their blades they spin so well, and it runs perfectly straight. I don't know. So if I were to recommend one brand of spinnerbait to you guys, it would be Terminator, but number one on the countdown is a spinnerbait. So thank you guys for checking out this video. I needed to piece something together today. I felt like I needed to post a little bit more, so I'm trying to get some more stuff out there to you guys, and I hope you guys can bear with me here until I get a new camera. I know this one isn't very good, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, leave a comment if you have something to say, and I'll catch you guys later.